right, we're here on Radio Free Decipher with Warren Holland, Chairman, CEO, and the owner of Decipher, the maker of all your favorite collectible card games, trading card games. How are you, Warren?
Fine. Here we are in beautiful downtown Milwaukee.
Yes, we are. We're in the hotel. We've made some big announcements this weekend, so we have Warren on to talk about some really good stuff, some really exciting news that we have for everybody. Warren, we had one announcement this morning. Let's talk about that one first, and then we'll go to the announcement that we announced yesterday morning. So this morning, Jedi Knights, give us some information.
Well, actually, there's a lot we could talk about. I wish we could show you some stuff, too, because we have some great visuals that we had at the booth, and we had a volunteer summit last night. We were showing some people some of those things. I can tell you a little bit about the game. The game is kind of targeted to be between Young Jedi and a Star Wars CCG in terms of its complexity. The original concept for the game was one that took the core engine of YJ and moved that to the classic properties, to the original 3 movies. And that's still the kind of kernel of what's happening with the game, but we've expanded the play, we've expanded the sophistication and depth of the game a little bit. So you kind of think of it in terms of being right in between those two, right in between YJ and Star Wars.
Now, we've heard some information about it's now a trading card game. Can you explain maybe some of the reasonings?
Well, actually, we've used different labels for our games. Customizable card game, of course, is our term. Collectible card games, CCGs in the industry, TCGs, trading card games, all these kind of things out there. But anytime we explain what we do, especially to people that are kind of outside of the core gaming audience, there's an explanation curve. And usually one of the explanations of what these products are talks about them as it's kind of a trading card and you play a game with it, and you kind of go off in that direction in terms of explaining what we do. And we see that the marketplace now is changing quite a bit. The awareness of this category of product is much, much broader than it ever was before. And we kind of want to target that and have that kind of step up in terms of explaining what these products are. So we've started calling a couple of the games trading card games, but really they're all it's all the same thing. So
everybody's probably, I'm still going to call everything a CCG. It's sort of the jargon for the whole industry.
Right, yeah.
Now, tell us a little bit about the design of the game, the imagery that we're using. I heard that we're using quite a few digital artists on this project.
Actually, Jedi Knights is revolutionary. We have a very talented team of artists in Decipher. That's one of the things we're known for. And in this particular case, what we're doing is 3D modeling the entire game itself. The entire trading card game is all 3D modeled. And we're doing that both with in-house people and with outside staff. We have a team of about 60 digital artists, and they're being supervised and led by the great talent we have at the in-house art staff. And it's all state-of-the-art. The models are just fantastic. The concept of this is to recreate the original films, but to look at the films from a different camera angle, an angle you've never seen before. So the cards have this sense of authenticity, but also this sense of uniqueness and this sense of wonder.
That sounds really cool. I can't wait to see, Obi-Wan gets struck down by Vader from a different angle. That sounds fantastic to me.
Yeah, it is. It's actually wonderful. We've been posing a lot of the models and doing some stuff in-house just as some of the early tests of what we're doing. And it's fabulous to see.
Have we been able to animate those characters to make them run and fight and do whatever?
We can. We are going to do some of that for the website. We have a feature on the cards. Every card in Jedi Knights will have a unique URL that points to a page, and some of those pages will actually get quick times and other modeled things that use the models that we animate into action scenes to kind of romance the cards and add something to the sense of the ownership and value of the card.
Okay, now on to the next announcement. We had another announcement yesterday, and it's been buzzing all around the convention all day today and all day yesterday. It's been on the tip of everybody's lips, and Lord of the Rings, it's now Decipher's baby. So tell us a little bit about how we got it and maybe a little bit behind the scenes and whatever information you can give us right now. I know we're in the really early stages of that, though.
We're very excited about it. We've signed all the contracts. The deal is for all 3 movies. There's a movie that will be introduced in December of 2001 and then again in 2002 and 2003. We have rights to all those films. The initial contract lasts about 6 years, and we have a lot of renewal options in the contract. We also have all of the rights to the underlying Tolkien properties. So in the initial stages of the game, what we're going to do is be concentrating on the films, but we also have the ability to be able to 3D model some things and expand the universe into a depth that doesn't even get covered in the movies. but the movies will definitely be the focus of the set.
That sounds awesome. How far along are we in the development stages?
The development of the game itself is real early because we've just kind of gotten through all of the contract work. We do have some people working on that at this point, and have had them kind of working on it behind the scenes a little bit, even while some of the contract stuff was going on. But we're still quite a ways away from having the game nailed down. So
excellent. Any other little tidbits about Lord of the Rings that you can give us? Man, looking up at the banner on the booth, I wish everybody in Radio Freeland could see these banners. They are so fantastic, and they send goosebumps down my spine. Any other little tidbits that we can give these guys? Things to come.
Maybe we'll have to do a digital shot or something of the banners.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going back to the booth, and we're going to make that happen so we can show everybody on the website what it's going to look like.
A lot of this stuff at this stage is new because of the contracts, but we've been exposed to the scripts. We've been exposed to some of the early stuff that's coming from the sets. We will actually be visiting the sets later in the year. Because of the category of games, because we need so much information kind of ahead of time, there's a lot of confidentiality agreements and all that kind of stuff that we have to do, which is kind of the same thing we did for Episode 1 for Star Wars. So we're real familiar with the process, and hopefully real good at keeping secrets when we need to. So that, there's nothing really specific that we can talk about. But what I can say is that we've seen a lot of the stuff that's kind of happening right now in terms of the production, and it's just blowing me away. It's just fabulous.
When am I going to get to come down and look at all that?
I'm not sure yet. We'll have to talk about that, Kyle.
I'll take a pay cut. No, just kidding, man. All right, well, thank you very much for spending some time with us. Anything else you'd like to say to anybody out there?
Well, actually, I talked about this just a little bit, but we had a volunteer summit here, and you guys have been doing those around the country at some of the other cons. And I just wanted to thank everybody that's in our volunteer corps, and they're doing a fabulous job out there in the field, and they're the eyes and ears of Decipher out there in the real world, and we really, really appreciate what they do.
They've been doing a really good job for us at all the shows this summer, and man, they are just so valuable and such a great core of people.
Yeah, and it's fabulous to see them perform, because that's really what they do. I mean, you go by the booth and you see them doing demos and talking to people, and it's this dance, it's this great performance, and it comes from that core of passion. I mean, they're really dedicated to these games, and we're really lucky to have them.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, Warren. Well, thanks very much for spending some time with us, and you have a good rest of the weekend, and we'll hope to get you back on Radio Free sometime soon.
Yeah, well, I look forward to that.